Your phone rings. You answer. Hello? But all you hear is silence. 1 second passes, 2 seconds, 3. Then suddenly a voice responds, "Oh, hi there. Sorry about that delay. Is this your name?" This brief, seemingly innocent pause happens millions of times every day across America. Most people think nothing of it. But in that 5-second window of silence, something dangerous is happening. Something designed specifically to separate you from your money. That silence isn't a bad connection, not a technical glitch, not someone fumbling with their phone. It's a deliberate, calculated technique that professional scammers use before you even say a word. And understanding what happens in those critical 5 seconds could save you from becoming their next victim. What makes this particularly dangerous is how normal it seems. We've all experienced delays on phone calls. Maybe the person was distracted. Maybe there was a connection issue. No big deal, right? But here's what's actually happening. In those silent 5 seconds, sophisticated technology is making rapid-fire decisions about you, analyzing your voice, categorizing you, determining your vulnerability level. And it all happens before the scammer even says a single word. Think about it. When you answer with a simple hello, you're giving away more information than you realize. Your age range, your gender, whether you're alone or in a public place, if you sound hurried or relaxed. To your friends and family, this is just your normal greeting. But to a trained scammer, your hello is the first piece of valuable data they collect about you. What's worse, these aren't random criminals operating alone from basements. These are organized professional operations running sophisticated call centers. They've perfected their methods through millions of successful attacks on people just like you. That 5-second pause isn't an accident. It's the first stage of a carefully engineered psychological operation with one goal: to get you to trust them long enough to steal from you. Let me reveal what's really happening in those silent 5 seconds. What you're experiencing is a sophisticated technology called automated voice processing, combined with predictive dialing. It's a system legitimately used by large call centers, but scammers have adapted it for their own sinister purposes. When you answer the phone and hear that pause, you're not actually connected to a human yet. You're connected to an automated system that's analyzing your voice, your background noise, and your response patterns. In high-level scam operations, they use voice analysis software that can determine dozens of characteristics, from your simple hello, your approximate age, gender, stress level, and even potential vulnerability markers. This system makes split-second decisions about whether you're worth connecting to a human scammer, what type of script would work best on you, which human scammer would be most effective with your demographic. Only after this rapid analysis does the system connect you to a live person, who then has a profile about you before they even say hello. Former scam operation employees have revealed that they receive these profiles in real time on their screens, with recommendations about which scripts to use based on your voice characteristics. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now, millions of times every day. Let me break down exactly how this scam progresses, phase by phase. Phase 1, the silent analysis. When you answer the phone, the automated system immediately begins recording and analyzing your voice. The system is looking for specific markers: older sounding voices, prime targets; female voices, statistically more likely to engage; voices that sound uncertain or questioning; background noise that indicates you're alone; regional accents that might suggest certain vulnerabilities. All this happens in the first 1 to 2 seconds after you say hello. Phase 2, the routing decision. In seconds 3 to 4, the system makes a critical decision. Are you worth the time of a human scammer? If your voice profile suggests you're unlikely to be vulnerable, you sound young, assertive, or suspicious, the call might simply be dropped. If you fit their target profile, you're prioritized in the queue and routed to the next available scammer. Some sophisticated systems even match you with scammers who have the highest success rates with your specific demographic. Phase 3, the information transfer. In second 5, just before the human scammer comes on the line, your voice profile and any available data about you, often purchased from data brokers, appears on their screen. This might include your approximate age, your likely gender, your name and location, public records. Information, data from previous breaches, notes from previous scam attempts. The scammer now has a roadmap of exactly how to manipulate you, all before saying a single word. Phase 4, the personalized attack. When the human finally speaks, they use a script specifically designed for your profile. Their tone, pacing, word choice, and approach are all customized based on what the system learned in those first silent seconds. If you sounded older, they might pose as Medicare or Social Security. If you sounded female and middle-aged, they might claim to be from your bank's fraud department. If background noise suggested children, they might use a school-related emergency scam. This personalization makes their approach dramatically more effective than random scam attempts. The entire system is designed like a funnel. wide at the top with millions of automated calls, then narrowing to focus expensive human scammer time only on the most promising targets. This isn't speculation. We have concrete evidence that these systems are being deployed by organized scam operations worldwide. According to the Federal Communications Commission, Americans received approximately 4.1 billion robocalls per month in 2021, with a significant percentage using the silent analysis technique. The Federal Trade Commission reports that Americans lost over $5.8 billion to fraud in 2021, with phone scams accounting for the largest percentage of those losses. What's particularly disturbing is how effective these systems have become. The FTC reports that the average loss per victim has increased by 58% in just 2 years, not because there are more scams, but because the targeting has become more sophisticated. A recent analysis by spam blocking company Truecaller found that nearly 60 million Americans lost money to phone scams in 2021, with the average loss being $502 per person. In a particularly shocking case last year in Phoenix, Arizona, a 76-year-old retired teacher lost $43,000 to scammers using voice analysis technology. The scammers identified her as an ideal target from her initial greeting, then crafted a grandchild in danger scenario that led her to withdraw her entire savings. In Chicago, researchers at a major university worked with former scam operation employees to understand these systems. They discovered that targets identified through voice analysis were 320% more likely to comply with scammer requests than randomly selected victims. The AARP reports that Americans over 60 are specifically targeted by these systems, with sophisticated voice analysis software programmed to flag the subtle vocal patterns associated with aging. But here's the good news. Once you understand how this system works, you can defeat it with one simple rule. When you answer the phone and hear silence, hang up immediately. That's it. That single habit will protect you from the most dangerous phase of this scam, the voice analysis that makes everything else possible. Legitimate callers don't use silent voice analysis systems. If your bank, doctor's office, or a family member calls, they'll be on the line immediately when you answer. Any pause longer than 1 second is a red flag. By hanging up before the system can complete its analysis, you disrupt the entire scam before it begins. If someone legitimate is calling, they'll call back, leave a voicemail, or find another way to reach you. Anything truly important will never rely on you staying on the line during an unusual silence. If you encounter one of these silent calls, follow this exact protocol. Step 1. Recognize the silence pattern. When you answer and hear nothing for more than a second, recognize this as a potential scam technique. Don't say anything else after your initial greeting. Step 2. Hang up immediately. Don't wait for the silence to end. Don't ask, "Who's there?" or "hello" repeatedly. These additional voice samples only give their system more data to analyze. Simply end the call. Step 3. Block the number. After hanging up, block the calling number immediately. On iPhone, go to your recent calls. Tap the information icon next to the number. Scroll down and tap Block this caller. On Android, the process is similar through your phone app. Step 4. Report the number report suspicious calls to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov or call 1-877-382-4357. You can also report the number to your phone carrier, as many now offer enhanced blocking for numbers reported as scams. By following these 4 steps consistently, you'll not only protect yourself, but also help disrupt these scam networks by making their systems less effective. No matter how curious you might be about who's calling, there are certain things you should never do when you encounter these silent calls. Do not say yes at any point during the call. Some scammers record your voice saying yes to authorize fraudulent charges or create fake consent for services. Never provide personal information to someone who called you, even if the silence ends and they seem to know details about you. Remember, they may have purchased your data or obtained it from breaches. Do not press any buttons if prompted, even if the recording promises pressing a button will remove you from their call list. This often just confirms your number is active and leads to more calls. Never engage with the caller out of curiosity. Every additional word you speak gives their system more data to analyze and refine their approach. Do not call back numbers that leave silent voicemails or abandoned calls. These could trigger premium rate charges or connect you directly to a scammer. Never allow remote access to your computer to someone who called you after one of these silent periods. Legitimate tech support doesn't operate this way. Do not assume your caller ID is accurate. These operations often use spoofed numbers that appear to be local or from legitimate businesses. Beyond the core strategy I've shared, here are some additional protective measures you can take. Enable silence unknown callers in your phone settings. On iPhone, go to Settings, Phone, Silence unknown callers. On Android, go to Phone app, Settings, Block numbers, block calls from unidentified callers. This will automatically send calls from numbers not in your contacts to voicemail. Consider using a call screening service like Nomorobo, Truecaller, or Haya, which can identify and block known scam numbers before they reach you. Create a custom voicemail greeting that doesn't include your name or phone number. This prevents scammers from gathering this information if they call when you don't answer. Use a Google Voice number for online forms and public listings. This gives you a buffer and lets you forward only verified calls to your real number. Consider using a distinct answering pattern. Instead of saying, hello, answer with a question like, who's calling please? This disrupts automated systems that are listening for typical greetings. Install your phone carrier's free scam blocking app. All major carriers now offer these services: AT&T Active Armor, T-Mobile Scam Shield, Verizon Call Filter. Register your number on the National Do Not Call Registry at donotcall.gov. While this won't stop illegal scammers, it reduces legitimate marketing calls that can create call fatigue and make you less vigilant. If you've already engaged with calls that began with these suspicious silences, don't panic. There are immediate steps you can take to protect yourself. If you shared financial information like credit card or bank account numbers, contact your financial institution immediately. They can help monitor or freeze your accounts to prevent unauthorized transactions. If you shared personal information like your social security number, place a fraud alert on your credit reports by contacting one of the 3 major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. The bureau you contact is required to inform the other 2. Consider placing a security freeze on your credit reports as well. This prevents anyone from opening new accounts in your name. If you've made payments through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency based on these calls, report it immediately to the service you used. Recovery is difficult, but immediate reporting gives you the best chance. Run a comprehensive antivirus and anti-malware scan on your devices if you downloaded any software at the caller's direction. Change passwords for any accounts you may have discussed or accessed during the call, especially if you allowed remote access to your computer. Document everything you can remember about the call, the number, what was said, any actions you took. This information will be valuable if you need to file police reports or identity theft claims. Remember, these scammers are professionals who have successfully deceived thousands of intelligent, careful people. Falling for their tactics doesn't reflect on your intelligence. It reflects on how sophisticated these operations have become. Think about the most vulnerable person in your life: your parent, your grandparent, your elderly neighbor who lives alone. Would they know that a 5-second silence at the beginning of a call is a red flag? Would they know to hang up immediately rather than wait to see who's calling? The sad reality is that scammers specifically target the most vulnerable among us. They prey on the elderly, the isolated, and those who didn't grow up in this digital age of sophisticated scams. By sharing this video, you become their first line of defense. You might literally be saving someone's life savings. Take a moment right now to send this video to the people you care about, especially anyone over 60. Tell them it's important. Because it is. Protection from scammers isn't just about individual awareness, it's about community. We need to look out for each other. Now that you understand the 5-second silence trick, you're better protected. But this is just one of many techniques scammers use to target people like you. In my next video, I'll reveal the dangerous package delivery notification scam that's emptying bank accounts across America. It starts with a simple text about a delivery, but ends with complete identity theft that can take years to resolve. The method is different, but just as dangerous. If you or anyone you know receives packages, which is pretty much everyone, you need to know how this scam works. Click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss this critical information. Your financial safety may depend on it. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next video.